Welcome back to Sports Talk. Today we got another college basketball video. I don't know what week this is. I don't remember, um but yeah, we're back with another college basketball video. Um we got a lot to go over this week. Um and yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. I also just noticed that for the past couple weeks it's been saying rankings 2022. That's my bad. It's okay though. It's not that big of a deal. We got a new number one team once again. I have Tennessee at number one. They have impressed me. Um, they just got a really good win against Texas on Saturday, and they looked good doing it. Tennessee's been looking really good. Um, People probably think I hate Purdue. It's not that I haven't really talked about why I always have Purdue at 2. I've only had Purdue at 1 for like a week or two this entire year. The AP poll always has Purdue at 1. I have Purdue at 2. And the reason is I don't think when it comes tournament time, I don't see them going very far. Just because that team is Zach Edey and Zach Edey alone. They don't really have anyone else that does much for that team, to be honest. I mean, we can look. Yeah, Zach Edey's averaging 22 points. The next highest guy for points is 13. Um, Zach Edey's averaging 22 points, 13 rebounds and 2 blocks. He's probably gonna win National Player of the Year, but I just don't trust them. Houston at 3, they didn't move either. And then we got Alabama moving down 3. They got a good win against Mississippi State, but then they got blown out of the water by Oklahoma. They did not look good in that game at all. They're still a good team, obviously. 18-3, a great record. They play Vanderbilt, should be good. Arizona at 5, moving up 2. They really only moved. They didn't play much people. They really only moved up just because of teams ahead of them losing. One of those teams was Kansas State, moving down 1. They lost to Iowa State on the road, only by 4. That was a good game. But yeah, they did win against Florida on Saturday. Kansas moving down 1. They're 17-4 now. They lost to Baylor on Monday. That was a good game though. It was close for a while. Baylor kind of started to pull away at halfway through the second half, but Baylor's another team I want to talk about later. I'll talk about them later. I only moved them down 1 though, because they did get a good win against Kentucky. And then UCLA not moving. They only played 1 game. Actually, I probably should have moved not USC, UCLA down, just a little at least, since they played 1 game and they lost to USC, but I didn't move them. Virginia, I also didn't move. I don't really like Virginia, to be honest. I don't know if they're all that great. I think they're a little overrated. They have a good defense, but Texas, they just lost to Tennessee. I didn't move them though. That was a tough game. They were on the road too. Yeah, that was a tough environment to play in. Baylor moving up 6. Baylor's been really impressive as of lately. I think we talked about how hard Baylor's schedule was. They are currently on a 6-game win streak. They just beat Kansas and Arkansas, 2 really good wins, and they play Texas tonight on the road. They got a good chance to prove themselves. If they win this game, they are gonna be. I mean, don't be surprised if they're in the top 5 next week. That might be a stretch, but definitely top 10 if they win. And then Iowa State, I didn't move them because they beat Kansas State on Tuesday and then they lost to Missouri. They didn't look too good. They're kind of an off and on team. Gonzaga at 13, sorry. They got 2 wins against nobodies. I don't really like Gonzaga this year. Marquette at 14, moving up 2. They beat Seton Hall and DePaul, so good for them. Xavier moving down 1. They just lost to. So they beat UConn on the road Wednesday. That was a really good win. And then they lost to Creighton. They got blown out too. Creighton kind of need that win. I didn't move them down too much just because they got that good win against UConn. TCU, um, they struggled against. They beat Oklahoma on Tuesday, and then they lost to Mississippi State on Saturday. Um, Mississippi State's not. I mean, they're not that great of a team. They're not like bad, but 17 we got Providence. They got 2 wins against Butler and Villanova. Villanova is 10 and 11 this year. That is, I actually didn't know that. That's pretty sad. They were ranked to start the year too. Clemson at 18, moving up 4. They barely beat Florida State on Saturday, but they did win. St. Mary's beat BYU barely. Also, they did again. They did win. FAU. They don't play anyone ever, but they are 21 and 1. So, but to be honest, if FAU played any of these teams in the top 40, I'd probably take 37 of them over them, maybe even more. I don't know. Indiana, finally back in the top 25. They got a dominating win against Ohio State. I think that was really the push they needed. Ohio State is 11 and 10. I also didn't know that. They are not good in the Big Ten. They're 3 and 7 in the Big Ten. They're 8 and 2 at home and okay, 1 and 6 away. So that means they're 8 and 3 against non-Big Ten teams. They're currently they have won 2 games in the month of January. Ohio State, that is. They beat Northwestern on January 1st. They lost to Purdue. They lost to Maryland. They lost to Minnesota. They lost to Rutgers. They lost to Nebraska. They beat Iowa last Saturday, and then they lost to Illinois and Indiana. They've been struggling. Indiana has been coming back to life. Really, they're on a 5-game win streak. Good for them. UConn. They just keep on dropping. They cannot win right now. They lost 3 of their last 4. They've had a rough month. They only have 2 wins in the month of January. They should be DePaul Tuesday, but I don't know. We'll see. Miami's been another team that's struggling as of late. They just lost to Pitt. Not a great team. Well, Pitt's actually not bad. Auburn, another team. They just lost to Texas A&M and West Virginia. I dropped them down a lot for that. I don't know what to think about Auburn. San Diego State, on the other hand, is just keeps on winning. They're on a 4-game win streak. So they play Nevada Tuesday. That's actually not a bad game. Nevada's a good team. 16 and 6. Charleston just they finally lost after starting out. I think they were on a 21-game win streak, something like that. They lost to Hofstra Saturday. So I dropped them down 7 for that. They kind of needed to keep winning to stay in the top 25. They have a chance at maybe making it back in, but Missouri 16 and 5. They looked good against Iowa State. They looked really good. So they're up 10. Creighton, don't let their record fool you. Creighton is a really good team. They're kind of like Iowa State, but like more extreme. Creighton is a like even more so off and on team. They'll get blown out by a nobody and then go out and beat Xavier by 17. Um, they got a really good offense. They put up 104 against St. John's Wednesday. They've been playing better as of recently. I hope they can keep it up because Creighton's a good, scary team when they're on. Illinois, I didn't move them, but they probably should be going up. They just beat Iowa State, not Iowa State, Ohio State and Wisconsin. Two pretty good. I mean, their records won't say they're good, but they've been in the top 40 for a while this year. Um, so yeah, Illinois is also 15-6. New Mexico, I think they just lost. Uh, yeah, they just lost. Who did they lose to? I forgot. They just lost to Nevada in 2 overtimes. That was actually a really good game. It was on Monday. I didn't watch it all. I fell asleep because it starts at 10. But so um, but yeah, I mean, New Mexico's a good team. Nevada could be in the top 40 next week if they beat Sandy. If they beat or keep it close with San Diego State. But I mean, probably only if they beat them. UNC just beat Syracuse by 4. Good for them. 15-6. They've been doing better. Um, had a off. They were off and they're another one of those teams off and on. NC State just beat Notre Dame and Wake Forest, so good for them. Um, let's see, Duke. They moved down 6 spots. Yeah, Monday they lost to Virginia Tech, and then they beat Georgia Tech. They doubled Georgia Tech's score. They won 86-43. But I'm not a big Duke fan this year. I don't think they're that good of a team. Let's see. Rutgers beat Penn State Tuesday. Penn State's not a bad team. They're another off and on team. Then they lost to Iowa though. Texas A&M. Let's see what they just beat Auburn. Yeah, and they beat Vanderbilt. So they've made their way back into the top 40 after not being here for a while. Northwestern was in the top 40 2 weeks ago. They got kicked out of it last week. Now they're back after beating Nebraska and Minnesota. They're 15-5, a pretty good record. Final 4 teams in here. Got Boise State moving up 4. Sorry, Boise State moving up 4 spots. They're 17-5, pretty good record. Arkansas. I'm sorry if my mic's bad right now. I know. We're almost done. It's okay. Arkansas, just moving down 6. They just are struggling, man. They beat LSU, but then they lost to Baylor. They really wanted to win that. You really wanted to win that game if you're Arkansas. Kentucky, just lost to Kansas. I didn't move them, but Kentucky, man, I don't know, man. And then finally Michigan State, 14-8. To be honest, Kentucky and Michigan State could get kicked out of here. I wouldn't be mad if you said that they don't deserve to be in here. I wouldn't argue it, but I kept them in just because. But yeah, that's gonna be the video this week. We'll have NBA power rankings. We'll have them Wednesday, just like always. But yeah, that's gonna be it. We'll see. Make sure to join the Discord if you want to help. Like any ideas, or if you want to be like featured on one of these episodes. I'm open to anything really. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Like, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you guys Wednesday with NBA power rankings.